Are you looking for the perfect appetizer, but also can be served at home as a side dish on a regular day? I have the perfect side dish for you. It's our Haitian Akra. Hello everyone, my name is Marlene and welcome to our kitchen. Guys, in this video we are making one of our famous appetizers in Haiti known as Akka. You can pair it with plantain marinade, which is also another fritter, or you can have it with fried meat such as pork or beef or fish, whichever fits your fancy. So malanga is known as a taro plant. It is actually from the taro plant, and it's also known as many different names depending on where you're from, such as madambi or madambe. It's also known as dasheen or kalo, but we in Haiti call it malanga or malanga in English. This is what it looks like. It has a rough texture on the outside, and inside, we're going to cut it to find out, is slightly like whitish. Some of them also comes with red strains on the inside. It's grown in tropical regions. You can have it fried, you can have it boiled, you can have it roasted. I actually love it with plantains, as stated before. Obviously, I love my plantains. I also like it, if it's boiled, I like it with fish. It's great with red snapper. And you can also have it with stewed chicken. So whichever way you prefer is completely fine. And it is a great substitute for potatoes. When you're making your malanga, you do not want to eat the skin. This is not one of those rooted vegetables that you can actually eat the skin because it's so rough and it has a woody texture, very stringly. Okay, and with a woody texture, it's also bumpy. All right, you do not want to eat that. It's very tough. Okay, however, you can always peel it using a paring knife, or you can peel it with a potato peeler. That would also work. Although the skin is woody, it's not tough, it's not hard. Okay, so either tools will work for you. When we peel the malanga, because it is a rooted vegetable, and most rooted vegetables tend to change color when you peel them. So my suggestion to you is that you get a bowl filled with water, just regular distilled warm water is fine. Filled with water, and you cut your malanga into it so that way it keeps the color and it keeps the vegetable fresh when you are ready to cook it. Now you'll notice that I'm cutting it into about 2, 4, 6 sections. We are going to grate this. We are going to deep fry it. That's actually my preferred version. That's actually the most authentic way to make it in Haiti. That's what you'll find from what we call the machons, which are the vendors, the street vendors. You can also grill it, but you would have to cut it into small slices, and it will take longer as well. So you will notice that this is slightly red, brownish red color, as opposed to the first one we peeled is white. Again, they're still the same vegetable, just grown differently depending on where you're from in the region that it's grown into. All right, so now that everything is cut up, we have our malanga pieces here. Let's start grinding this baby up. So we are starting with a food processor. You can use a grater if you'd like. However, the food processor takes so much time off the grating process, plus it eliminates you having to cut yourself accidentally, okay? It's been washed from the first time when we put it in the water. I rinsed it out, change the water, and let it sit in the water again until I gather the food processor. Or if you are using a grater, then just gather your grater. That way, again, it does not change color, okay? You want your food to be as delicious and gorgeous as you are when you are eating it. So now, putting everything in. It's very simple. We do not need a lot of ingredients. The main ingredients, what is actually going to season this Akka, is going to be our Haitian Akra, which you can find on our website at savorythoughts.com, or if you Google Akra, will come up like magic. All right, loves. Slice the malanga. You can actually feed it through the tube so that the blade can do the chopping for you. If not, you can just put everything in here just the way I have done here, and we can start the blending process. All right, so I'm stopping it just for a second to test out the texture. Beautiful. Alrighty, so now look at that. It's still somewhat grainy, and that's fine because we are not done chopping this yet. So we are going to build our seasoning base. We're going to start with 1.5 teaspoons of kosher salt. Okay. We are also going to add in a 1/4 cup of our Haitian Akra. Okay. We are also going to add in habanero peppers, or you can also add in Scotch bonnet pepper, but only half because this is extremely spicy and you do not want, you want your food to taste good and to enjoy every taste, right? So just put it in. And now remove this spoon. Close it. Okay, so we will blend again. All right, so let's check it one more time. You'll notice, you see how it's like a paste, like a thick paste. This is the type of texture that you want. So now that we have added our epis and we've blended our malanga, we need a binding agent. So we're going to use eggs to bind it in, because if we do not bind it, then your malanga will go poof. It will just crumble in the deep fryer, and you don't want that, okay? So just 1 egg will suffice. Just adding in 1 egg. You do not need to whisk it first, because the food processor will do it all for you. All right, loves. Didn't take long at all, just about 5 minutes or so for you to blend this baby up. Remove it from the food processor, put everything aside. You can also let it marinate for half an hour in the refrigerator if you are not ready to fry it right away. Now, this is a great appetizer for gatherings, dinner parties especially. All right, guys, so to begin the frying process, there are a few steps that we need to take. First things first, let's put in our oil. This is 2.5 cups of vegetable oil. You may also use peanut oil if you'd like to fry it, but any oil that's good for deep frying is good. Alrighty. So I'm going to set the temperature to 350 degrees, and we're just going to leave it as that. That way our akka is cooked at an even level, even heat, and this will also allow the akka to cook from the inside out as opposed to outside inside. Does that make sense? You don't want to burn it, pretty much. Okay, there are a few ways I should say that we could shape our akka. In Haiti, it's usually shaped in a long form. The way I do it, we can use a knife, use a spoon, take your akka, place it on a knife, okay, and elongate it. So you can lengthen it by using the spoon. The knife is just being used as a guide, so is the spoon. It's best that you keep it as even as possible, so that way one section doesn't cook too quickly. Just make sure that the oil is nice and hot, okay? So we're going to do it one at a time, and be careful not to burn yourself either. All right, and just repeat the process until you are done. You can use your hands too, by the way. Makes it easier and goes by quicker. This is definitely a sure way to impress your friends. It's definitely a conversation starter. Like, ooh, what is that? It's delicious. And you can say, that's my Haitian Akra. I learned it from Savory Thoughts. Okay. If you go to the website, savorythoughts.com, you get the full recipe and step-by-step pictures. All right, guys, put it in. Voila. You can do about three to five at a time, depending on the size of your deep fryer, but do not overcrowd it, okay? I'm using my hands, guys. This is me being fancy. I'm using my hands. Fancy schmancy. If this is your first time watching our video, thank you so much for tuning in. Please share, subscribe, and like so that other people may be able to find it just like you did. Okay? We are going to watch the magic happen. We're going to slowly drop it in. Again, be careful not to burn yourself. And voila. Do not interrupt it. You don't want it to come apart. Just let it do its thing. Once it starts to get a golden brown on at the bottom, then we'll flip it over so that the other side can also cook. So between 5 to 8 minutes, you should be fine. It's been about 8 minutes now, so we're just going to take it out, and we're using a spatula for this only because we are using the basket, and sometimes the Akka tend to go through the holes and get stuck to the bottom of the basket, which makes it a little bit difficult for you to turn the Akka around. So what we're doing now is we're flipping it over on the other side. See how nice and golden brown it is? This is exactly what you want, okay? Flip it on the other side, and we're going to let it cook for an additional 2 minutes. Oops, this one doesn't want to turn. There you go. It's just 2 minutes more, and that's it. All right, now that everything is done, so let's go ahead and remove it, and we are going to place it in a paper towel plate. All right, we've made Akka. So now, guys, all we need to do is just repeat the process again until you have used all of your filling. All right, guys, so we have completed the last batch. If you are using a basket, just remember to use a fork or a spoon or a spatula to help you shift it around so it doesn't stick in between the holes. What you're gonna do now is let it sit for just a few seconds so that the oil can drip and it's not saturated with oil when you transfer it to the plated, to the paper towel bowl, okay? And you should have a nice crispy Akka, golden color. You can have this with pickles and voila. Now we are done. We are going to start plating our Akka. Take it one at a time. Make it look nice and pretty. And voila. So Akka is really good with pickles, and we also have a Haitian pickles here. It's red because I use the red cabbage. On the side we have the pickles with the regular cabbage with the green cabbage. However, this time I'm using the red one, okay? But it's really up to you and your preference. So at this point, our Akka is done and you are ready to serve and enjoy your side dish. Only if I had someone to help me eat this delicious platter. Wonder who it will be. Hey babe.
Hey hon.
We made Akka.
Oh well, you made Akka. I just came to test out your Akka skills.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna give you this one. It's not too spicy. There you go.
I like mine with a nice kick.
All right.
All right.
Enjoy.
So,
Bon appetit. Wait, let me have mine too. Wait. Let me get mine too. So we can do Akka cheers.
So Akka is supposed to be one of the fun food in Haiti, especially street food. And it's extremely good in Haiti.
Mm.
Mm. It's good.
Mm.
Brought back some memories.
Very good memories, I hope.
Yes, very good memories.
Okay. So guys, please enjoy. We will link the recipe in the description below. Go to our website, savorythoughts.com. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you enjoyed it like hubby is enjoying it over here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and thank you so much for spending your time with us. Cheers to you.
Cheers.